from yesterday onwards, actually from 2 days onwards, we started discussing about callable statement, or from yesterday onwards? Yeah, from yesterday onwards, we started discussing about callable statement. And before that, we discussed about statement, prepared statement, and we already covered that. From yesterday onwards, we discussed about callable statement. Statement, we need to use statement interface if we want to execute simple SQL queries for one time. Prepared statement. We need to use prepared statement if we need to execute one SQL query for multiple times. Callable statement. We need to use callable statement if we want to execute multiple SQL queries. And these multiple SQL queries, we will be storing them in our SQL database, like in our database. And if we are trying to execute that, the concept of storing these multiple SQL queries in our SQL, actually that is known as procedures or functions. Procedures does not return any value. Functions actually return a value. I told you yesterday also, right? So yes, in order to execute these stored procedures or functions, we need to use callable statement. So in real time, most of the time, either prepared statement or callable statement. That depends upon the project. These are the concepts which we'll be using there in real time. So yesterday we started discussing about procedures, and I told you yesterday I gave you the differences also. Procedures allows both, accepts both in out parameters. Yesterday we discussed about in parameters. So today let's try to deal with in out, so that out parameters also will be covered. Okay. So yesterday we passed some data into the tables, like which tables we had covered. SCLE series select, start from EMP data, and select star from EMP cell. So right now my intention is I want to retrieve the data. Retrieve the data means I will give in parameter, that is input 101 EMP ID, and I'm expecting out means out parameters like EMP name, EMP designation, EMP basic salary, and EMP total salary. So there are totally 5 attributes are there: ID, name, designation, basic salary, and total salary. In these 5 parameters, I'll be giving input parameter as employee ID, and I'm expecting output parameter remaining all the 4. I hope you understand the point here. That is our scenario. So in order to make that, let's try to create a procedure. Please open your database. So basically this is our, okay, just let me try to keep it like this. Okay. So I want you to please make sure to write this procedure in your database. Create or replace procedure. I'm going to use procedure name as retrieve EMP data. Let me go like this. Retrieve EMP data and parameter list. Yeah. What are this parameter list? EID, ENAME. Okay. EID, ENAME. You know what? Here, okay, ENAME, E designation, and EB sal, ET sal. Okay. Now here EMP ID is varchar2. Okay. EMP ID is varchar2. E-name is also varchar2. E designation is also varchar2. E basic salary is basically a number. E total salary is also a number. Now, oops, just a minute. Let me try to go for one more time. Sorry. Let me get this one more time. Okay. Right. Procedure name as RETRIVE, retrieve EMP data, parameters list, EID, ENAME, DSG designation, EBSAL, ETSAL, and here EID is varchar2, varchar2, ename varchar2, E designation varchar2, E basic salary number, E total salary also number. Now, basically, this is the input parameter. I want this to be out parameter, E designation out parameter, E basic salary out parameter, E total salary also out parameter. Out parameter. So basically EMP ID, I mean EID is the input parameter which I want to give, and E name out, E designation out parameter, E basic salary out parameter, ET that is total salary out parameter. After that, generally, normally tell me what is the query I want to retrieve the data. Like what is the query here? SELECT select. You know what? I want to get E name, comma, EDESG from EMP data where EMP, just let me try to get my database. EMP ID, where EMP ID equal to, we will be trying to use something like 101. Basically, this is the query. But in the place of this, what I want to assign EID. Now, I want to get these e-name, e-designation, and e-name, e-designation into, wait, these are not e-name. This is actually EMP name. EMP name, and here, EMP designation. EMP designation into e-name, comma, EDESG. Can you please try to write this? Yeah, first write this. I'll explain. First write this query clearly. Please make sure to write it clearly. Still, a lot of people, when they're writing, you got procedure created with warnings. First, write this query clearly, please. Same here also. As here, it is select. In our database, we are having EMP B cell, EMP B cell, comma, EMP T cell, EMP T cell from EMP cell where EMP ID equal to EID. But here I want to pass this data. Basically, these are column names. Column names. I want to pass these values into our parameters. What are those parameters? E, B, sal, comma, E, T, sal. And please make sure to remove these three dots. Okay. Now, eyes on the board, please. Kindly please try to understand this procedure clearly. Basically, this is our procedure name. Okay, this is our procedure name. EID, just let me try to keep it like this. EID, E name, E resignation, E basic salary, E total salary. These are all the parameter names which I have taken in my query. In my query, these are not the column names. Okay. Now, normally I'm giving a query. What is the query? Select EMP name, EMP designation. Let me just try to remove this cut. Okay, guys, eyes on the board, please. Just a second. Eyes on the board, eyes on the board. Please check this query. Select EMP name, EMP designation. What is this EMP name and EMP designation? These are the column names. EMP name, EMP designation. Okay. From what is the table name? EMP data. EMP data. Where EMP ID equal to, instead of giving directly some ID like 101, what I am giving, I am passing this parameter EID. EID. Please respond, guys. Are you understanding the point here? And this EID value, I will be setting that value from my code. Set string. Set string. Yes or no here? I'm trying to set the value. Okay, okay. Now, okay, by the help of this query, you'll be able to retrieve the data. But what I want to do, whatever the values which this EMP name and EMP designation is having, I am setting those values into my parameters. What are the parameters which I have given? E name, comma, what is that? E designation. Kindly please make sure that these names should exactly match with your parameter names. If these names are not matching with your parameter names, your processor will not be created successfully. Exactly like same EB salary and here ET salary. These are the parameter names which we have given in our procedure. And EB sal, EMP B sal, EMP T sal, these are the column names. So please check whether you have given correctly or not. Is that clear? And I strongly advise, please don't make sure that, please check that column names and parameter names should not be same. Please don't give exactly the same names. No, you'll be getting confused. Absolutely not recommended. Okay. All right. Now, once this procedure is done, let's try to keep this in our database. Just a second. Let me try to copy and paste. Please check, is your procedure created? Is your procedure created successfully? Yes. Okay, that is amazing actually. If your procedure is created successfully, like if you're getting a message like this procedure created, then fine. You have done the procedure correctly. If there are, if you're getting a message like procedure created with warnings, then no, you did a spelling mistake somewhere. You did not give it clearly. Please check that. Okay. Anyone got a message like procedure created with warnings? Please raise. So please check with your spelling mistakes. You need to check with your spellings. Please check with that. Okay. Feel free to take a pic if you want this one. If you need this, please feel free to take a pic. One more time I am saying, please make sure that these values, these names should exactly match with the parameter names. Otherwise, your procedure will not be created. And this slash is also important. Kindly please check with that slash also. I'm waiting. I'll wait for another 2 minutes, 2 to 3 minutes. Please check. I need everyone to please make sure it is working properly. Online students, if it is done, please message me in the chat. Yeah, Ganesh, procedure created with errors means, yeah, compilation error means you did not write the procedure clearly. Please check with this clearly. Check the spellings. Please check the spellings. Spellings and don't forget is. You need to give is. And please check out also where I have given out. Basically, all these are out parameters. Check the spellings. Check the spellings. And don't forget this is. A lot of times people be forgetting this is. And after and there should be a semicolon. Commas. 2 more minutes. Yeah, Ankit, please check with that. If you are getting procedure with errors means you did a mistake. If you are not doing mistake, you will not be getting that. Yeah, Rohit, that is MySQL, na? That is different scenario. Spellings, spaces. Please don't copy paste Ankit. Right? Type it. Currently, this is present in Paint. How you will be able to copy paste? You will scan it. Whenever you are scanning, you will not be getting exactly the same characters. Type it. Why I gave that much of time? All right, guys. Time up. How many of you completed this procedure? Please raise your hands, please. Please raise. Completed the procedure. Okay, down. Girls, first row. Completed? Everyone completed? No? You're working on it. Let's wait for another 2 minutes, please. Let's wait for another 2 minutes. It's clearly on the board. Check that word by word. Check word by word. I gave you color coding also. All right, I'm done. I gave you time. Okay, let's try to see this in our code, how this procedure will work. Okay, now here I'm going to actually in our SRS program, same program I'm using right now, same as the same program. Let me try to take one more method, void method 2, same program, SRS program, implementing callable statement. Okay, this is actually PROCDURE procedure 1. I'll deal with today. This is procedure 2. I mean, second program on procedure. Okay, so first things first, please give me a minute time here. Guys, kindly please wait. Please don't code along with me. Please wait. I want you to kindly please observe the code. First things first, let me just try to use try CATCH catch and here EXCPTO and exception E dot print stack trace method. We already know this. E print stack trace method. Okay. Now inside this, I want to get my connection. So class dot for name. I'm using my driver. Okay. After that, I want to get my connection object. So DRAV here driver manager dot get connection URL username and password. Return type is, please help me, connection interface. Okay, after that we need to call a method. Which method we need to call? Con dot prepare call, and inside this we need to call the procedure. Here where it is, just let me call, just double quotes call, and here we need to give our procedure name. What is the name I have given? Retrieve emp data. I'm giving exactly the same. Previously also, yesterday also we gave exactly the same. I mean, yes or no here? I'm sorry, just a second, let me do one thing. Yes, of course we need to write this call inside these square braces. My mistake. Let me try to keep it like this. Okay, call. Okay, now here what I need to do? We need to give the parameters. Do you remember yesterday also we gave parameters? How many parameters we have given? 5. Exactly the same parameters I am giving here. Kindly please do remember in these parameters, right now we are discussing about in out. So we need to give only the first value as the input parameter. Remaining all the question marks we are expecting from the database. I mean, we are expecting from our program. Okay, so I'll do one thing first. Okay, let me just try to equal to CSTMT callable statement. I'm going to ask the user, I want to ask the user to enter employee ID, same code. All right. I'm asking the user to enter employee ID. Now, whatever the ID which is entered by the user, CSTMT dot set string 1 represents the first question mark. And here, all right. Now CSTMT dot register what? Yeah, register out parameter. Sir, what is this register out parameter? Yeah, I'll let you know. Two, okay. Two specifies the second question mark. What is the value present inside that second question mark? EMP name, EMP designation, EMP basic salary, EMP total salary. What is the value? EMP name, and that type of that EMP name is varchar. So here I'm going to use TYPES types dot varchar. Wait, what is this types dot varchar? Buddy, types, this is a class. It is a class which is present in SQL package. Okay, let me show you here. I'm opening this types class. It is a class. It is a class where it is present, in which package it is present? SQL package. In this class, we will be having static final variables, which informs compiler what is the output we are getting. Means here, remember, we are dealing with the out parameters. Means the database is giving some values and what is the type of those values. For example, okay, varchar. First EMP name is varchar. After that, what is the next one? Please tell me, what is the next one? EMP designation. And that is also varchar, yes or no? So I'm going to use exactly the same, but here what I need to use 3. The third question mark represents varchar. And fourth question mark, please tell me what that fourth question mark represents. Number. It represents a number. Oh, not null. N-U-M-B-R, number. And fifth question mark, you know that is a total salary. So salary means actually that is a float. Just let me try to make it like this. These are just numbers, guys. That's it, not more than that. Let me see. For bit minus 7, tiny 8, minus x, small integer 4. And let me, where is our varchar? See, varchar 12. Whenever we are giving types dot varchar like this, we are informing to the compiler, whatever the data which is coming here, please consider that data as varchar. And I mean, second question mark data as varchar, third question mark data also as varchar. I mean, fourth question mark is number, fifth question mark value is float. Are you getting the point here? Now let's try to cstmt dot execute. I'm executing. Now I just want to print the data. Yeah. System dot out dot println employee details employee details. Just let me try to keep it like this. And now SYSO. Just a second. Let me. Okay. Now, first EMP ID. What is the employee ID which we have given? Let's try to get it here like this. I mean, this is the ID, right? Please respond, guys. Yes or no? This is the ID. Okay. After that, system.out.println. Let me go with what is the next one? EMP Let me, okay. EMP name, EMP name, and here plus cstmt dot get string. Sorry, let me just try to get like this. Get string and the parameter is 2. Okay. First name, after that DSG designation. What is the parameter here, guys? Just a second. Okay. What is the parameter here? 3. After that, this is, you need to help me here. I'm sorry, basic salary. Okay, basic sal. And this is actually of type int, and it is for, finally, this is TOTL total sal. Let me just try to get it like a float, get float, and finally this is 5. So yeah, let me just try to execute this method 2. Let's see. Am I able to get the data clearly? System.out.println data RETE IVD data retrieved. Let me just try to keep this equal to OBJ belongs to JDBC Pro 11, and here I'm going to call obj dot method 1. I'm keeping method 1 in comment for obvious reasons. I'm going to call obj dot method 2. Let's see, am I able to get my data or not? Is everything correct? I guess so. Right click, run as Java application. Enter employee ID 101. I'm giving 101. Am I able to retrieve my data? Simple as this. Kindly please try to check with this. Come on, try. I strongly advise first you try to write it without seeing. If you are having a doubt, then look at the board. You know the concept. Just try. You can do this. Just try. You can do this. Procedure created. Yes. Create, create. What happened? Create. Mistakes. Check the spelling mistakes. Yeah, Ankit. That is good. Kindly please wait for a few minutes. Online students, if kindly please try to message me in the chat. Now, procedure created. Girls, first row. Still not created. You. Okay. Please come. One girl come. Everything is correct only. Check that one more time. Please check. Everything is correct. What about you, Amma? Please come here once. Guys, how many of you completed? 2 more minutes, guys. Others who did not complete, 2 minutes. Please check with that. Where is the mouse? Please check with that. Boys, for everyone, procedure created. Online students, if you completed, kindly please try to message me in the chat so that I'll be able to continue the next concept. Please check with that. Please make sure that everyone should be able to do this right now only. If you're having any errors, please come and show to me once. If you're having any errors, please come and show to me. Done? Two minutes. 2 minutes, guys. 2 minutes. Starting from now. 2 minutes. Online students, one more time, I'm requesting if complete, kindly please try to message me in the chat so that I'll be able to know. If you're not messaging, I'll not be able to know that. Ma, please. One last minute. Yes. Also now. Open your database. Where is your procedure? Why you give quotes? Check with that. All right. Okay. Time's up, guys. Time's up. Time's up. How many of you done? Please raise your hands. Almost 80%. Good job. All right. Now let's try to deal with functions. Up to now, we discussed about procedures. Let's try to deal with function. Guys, listen, 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 listen. Please listen. The difference between procedure and function is function will return a value. That's what. Procedures will not return anything. But actually, the thing is, whatever functions are going to do, the same things we can achieve that with help of procedures also by using out parameter. Basically, function will return a value. You need help me here. The same thing we can get it right now. We can get it by using out parameter, right? But that's completely separate concept is there function. So let us try to deal with this function. So functi function. I'm just trying to keep it like this. Okay. Now, basically, this is the query which I have given you for function. Okay. Copy. Let me get this here. This is a query. Okay. Create or replace function. Please listen to me once. First listen. Create or replace function. Function name. I want to retrieve total salary. My intention is I will be giving ID, employee ID. I want to retrieve total salary, EMP total salary. So RETRIV retrieve TOTL total sal. That is my function name. And return data type. What is the data type of the total salary number? As variable. We need to give the variable. Let me go like ET parameter or parameter name. And of course, this is also of type number. Exactly same. And we need to give the input, right? What is our input? That is EID. Of course, this is of type varchar2. And I'm going to give only one query as of now. What is that query? SELECT select EMP sal from EMP sal where please tell me where EMP ID equal to EID. And here I'm not using where, I mean what I need to return EP sal. Total salary I want to return. I hope you're understanding the point here. Now, let me just try to check is everything correct. I mean, in my database, is it employee TSAL? Of course, employee TSAL. Is it EMP SAL table? EMP SAL. Okay. All right. Let's just try to copy and function created with compile. No, this is not correct. So where is the problem? Create or replace function retrieve total salary EID SELECT select EMP TSAL into ETSAL from EMP sal where EMP ID equal to ID. Okay, let's try to check this. Of course, function created. Can you see this? Let me just try to check this. Function created. Can you please first try to create this function? Online students, I'm seeing your outputs, guys. That's actually very good. Done. All right. How many of you created this function? Raise your hands, please. Created. Okay, that is good. 2 more minutes. 2 more minutes. 2 more minutes. Boys are way much faster. What about girls? Come on. Yeah, Bhagshri, that is correct. Make sure to type. Make sure to type. See, my advice is whenever you are creating this function or procedure, first type that in a notepad, copy paste that so that easily you'll be able to understand where you did a mistake. Every time if you're trying to type it in SQL, there will be problems there. Done? All right, time's up. Now let's try to retrieve this data. Okay, same class I'm using, same program. Let me go with one more method. Eyes on the board, please. Stop coding. Void method 3. Void method 3. This is actually implementing callable statement procedure. Now here, implementing callable statement function. Function. Okay. Now, yeah, same scenario. First try CATCH catch EXEPTM exception E dot print stack trace method. Okay. Please listen. I'll give you time to code. Please wait. Wait. Don't code. Please wait. I know coding is addictive. I know. Listen. Okay. Now let's try to deal with function. Same scenario. Obviously, first we need to get our connections. I'm trying to get our connections here. Class dot for name, driver manager dot get connection, and con dot prepare call. But here we need to call our function. What is our function name? Retrieve, RETERIV, retrieve total salary, RETERIV, retrieve total SAL sal. I'm giving a question mark. What is that question mark represents? EID. And remember, listen, we are dealing with function. Function will return a value. For example, I'm having just, okay, int method one, open braces and close braces, RETU, RETU, RN return, some 100. Whenever I'm calling this method one, like AOBJ dot method one, can I go equal to int something like this? I hope you understand the point here. Equal to represents that like, okay, this method is returning something, right? Exactly like same. Here also, we will write equal to a colon and a question mark. This question mark is the value which is returned from this function. This question mark is the input which we need to give into that function. Am I clear with that? Respond. Now, in line number 97, eyes on the board. In line number 97, first question mark represents what? Yeah, what is that? Total salary. Second question mark represents EMP ID. Now we need to give input. First question mark or second question mark? Come on. So, you know what? I'm trying to ask the user to enter employee ID. Okay. I'm asking the user to enter employee ID. User will be giving employee ID. Now I need to set this value. Set this value. CSTMT dot set string. Tell me. Come on. That is absolutely perfect. I hope you understand the point here, guys. Okay, two. Now I want to out. Okay, CSTMT dot register out parameter one, and this is types dot float. Okay, that's it. Done. Completed. System dot out. Oh, sorry. Okay, CSTMT dot execute, and after that system dot out dot println employee details, just employee details, EMP ID, and this is EMP total sal. And here what we need to go with, let me just try to, oh, thank you, get float. Okay. And now I'm going to call my method obj dot method 3. Right click, run as Java application. Okay, or not one, I guess. Am I able to get my employee total salary? Please respond. As simple as this. This is how we need to deal with a function. Actually, the same thing we can do with the help of procedure also. No problem. Right? Come on. Please try to execute this. Understanding these 1 and 2 actually matters. So Rajesh, which is better to use, procedures or function? That depends upon the database designers. And Ganesh sir, what is the use of this method? Buddy, if you're not using execute method, you'll not be able to execute the program. Just like execute query and execute update. The return type for this execute method is Boolean. How many of you completed? Raise hands. But very few. Come on, carry on, carry on. Guys, one more time I'm asking, is this okay whenever you're coding in the class? Is it okay? Come on, guys, respond. Is this hands-on okay for you? Okay, that is good. No, see, the reason is I can ask you to write this code in your notes, but honestly tell me, if you are writing the same code in the notes, point number one, it will take more time. Point number two, if you are executing this in your Eclipse, if you are having any problems, you will not do it again. Currently, you are executing. If you are having any problems, you are asking your friends, otherwise, you are coming to me. So, check with that. That is the reason hands on. Line number 97. Colon. Okay. See, retrieve total salary. Basically, that is a function. Whenever we are speaking about a function, it returns some value. For example, here also I told you, whenever a method is returning something, we will write equal to and we'll try to store that value. Yes or no? Exactly like that. Basically, this is syntax. Whenever you are calling a function, you need to write equal to, which represents that this function is returning some value. And that value you are storing in that question mark. And this colon separates this value and this function, like a syntax. Online students, if completed, kindly please try to message me in the chat. Right, 1 minute, guys. 1 minute, one last minute, starting from now. All right. Time up. Okay. Can you please stop coding? I want you to write some notes right now. Take a pic. Come on. Stop coding. Stop coding. I gave you time. Please take a pic if you want. Take a pic. Okay. These are the methods which we had covered today, starting from method 2. Procedure 2. Okay. And this is for method 3. Two methods. Two methods we covered today. And this is like function. Just a second. Let me try to remove this. I'll update this in our Google Classroom. 4th September, right? Okay. So basically, this is a procedure and function which we have created in our classroom today. Okay. Now, please keep your side heading as understanding. Please keep your side heading as understanding register out parameter method. Just I want you to write completely like this. Understanding register out parameter. It's a method and it's a parameterizer method. Obviously, how many parameters? Two parameters, int and int. Both are int and int. Please make sure to write like this. Understanding register out parameter method. Please try to write like this. Side heading. Okay. First point. It is mainly used to register. It is mainly used to register output parameters for a. It is mainly used to register output parameters for a callable statement. Okay. So whenever we are using callable statement, we will be using this register out parameter method. Remember that. Okay. Kindly please have this syntax. I think you already wrote this. No, please have this. Please keep this in a box also. Like void, return type is void. This method does not return anything. Throws SQL exception. Right? Okay, next point. It registers the data type of a, it registers the data type of a parameter. Okay. It registers the data type of a parameter that is expected to return a value. Okay. That is expected to return a value. Inside the braces, out or in out parameters. Out or in out parameters from a stored procedure. from a stored procedure. All right, next point. It allows JDBC driver, okay, it allows JDBC driver to know what kind of data, to know what kind of data to expect, what kind of data to expect when the stored procedure executes. Dot. Guys, please read this point slowly one more time. Slowly. It allows JDBC driver to know what kind of data to expect when the stored procedure executes. We are informing. Okay, buddy, the coming data is like float or else like varchar or else like number. So we are informing to our driver, I mean to our compiler, obviously the driver, so that this is what the data, what we are expecting from the database. Am I clear with that? That is the reason we will be writing types dot varchar, types dot float, types dot number, like that. Next point. After calling register out parameter, after calling register out parameter, when the stored procedure is executed, okay, after calling register out parameter, when the stored procedure is executed, the callable statement object, the callable statement object can retrieve the values of the callable statement object can retrieve the values of the output parameters, output parameters using the appropriate getter methods. Just write like example. Get string, get, cstmt dot get string 1 comma, I mean 1 cstmt dot get into, like that. Enough. Is it clear? All right, guys. Now, JDBC architecture. JDBC architecture. Tell me, totally how many components are there? First one, we know what will be stored inside JDBC API. All the predefined classes and interfaces which we need to connect to our Java program will be present inside JDBC API. Second one, we know what is the use of the driver manager class, like driver manager dot get connection method, and we know that get connection method is a parameterized method or non-parameterized method. How many parameters? Type. What is the return type for get connection method? Is it a static method or non-static method? We know that. Okay. Driver manager. After that, how many types of driver? Okay, basically, what is actually a driver? What is actually a driver? Driver is a software component which connects a database and of course, Java program and a database. How many types of drivers are there? Type 1, type 2, type 3, type 4. What is type 1? JDBC, ODBC bridge driver. Type 2. Come on. Native API driver. Type 3. Network protocol driver. Type 4. Thin Java driver or pure Java driver. Which driver we are using? I'm sorry? One driver is completely eliminated from Java. What is that type driver? Which driver is completely eliminated from Java? JDBC, ODBC bridge driver. Why? Because it's very slow. Very slow. All right, we know what is drivers. After that, we discussed about connection interface. In connection interface, there are a lot of methods are there which we will use them to connect our Java program to the database. Okay, after that, statements. Yes. How many types of statements are there? What are those? Statement, prepared statement, callable statement. when we will be using statement. Simple SQL query for one time. If I want to get statement object, which method I need to call? Create statement. When we need to use prepared statement. One SQL query for multiple times, then we need to use a prepared statement. Okay, and yeah, prepare call. I'm sorry. If you want to get prepared statement object, which method we need to call? Prepare statement method. Okay, after that, callable statement. We need to use callable statement if you want to execute stored procedures and functions. Means multiple SQL queries for one time. Then we need to use callable statement. In order to get that callable statement object, which method we need to call? Prepare call. Present in connection interface. Please tell me what is the return time for execute query? Come on. Execute update. Int. Okay, that is robot. Execute query, result set, execute update, int, execute boolean. Boolean. Okay, coming to speaking about result set. Okay, that is also an interface. Basically, it is one of the component which is present inside JDBC architecture. Tell me, how many types of result sets are there? Come on. What are those? Scrollable. By default, every result set will be non-scrollable, and we can make that scrollable also. When we are speaking about scrollable result set, we'll be having three types and two modes. What are those three types? Type forward only, type scroll insensitive, type scroll sensitive. Modes. What are those modes? How many modes are there? Two. What are those? Conquer read only, conquer updatable. And there is one more enhanced version for result set. What is that? Row set. So basically, result set will work only with connected mode. Row set will work both connected and disconnected. By default, result set is not scrollable. Row set is scrollable. By default, result set is not updatable. Row set is updatable. Different types of row sets are there, like JDBC row set, cached row set, web row set, joined row set, filtered row set. We discussed about JDBC row set and cached row set. And after that, okay, of course, callable statement also we already covered, right? After completing that row set only, we discussed about callable statement. By this, we completed our JDBC architecture. JDBC architecture is completed, but there are a lot of other things are also there which we need to cover, like transaction management will be there, batch processing will be there. Those things, I mean, like that. Another maybe below 1 week, I guess, below 1 week or below 1 week, I'm guessing 1 week on an average. In that time frame, we'll be completing with our JDBC. After that, we'll be starting with our servlets, right? So from tomorrow onwards, we are going to deal with transaction management. So what do you mean by transaction management? What are those ACID properties? All these tomorrow we are going to discuss. We'll be having a little bit theory and we'll be trying to discuss code also tomorrow. All right. Dot. That's it, guys. That's it for today. That's it for today. We'll be trying to continue our sessions again by tomorrow. Thank you. Thank you for listening. Online students, I guess you enjoyed our today's sessions, guys. Please respond to the chat for me, guys. That is actually amazing. That is